Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. John McCain doesn't seem to have ever met a war he didn't like. Well, except for maybe Vietnam, which didn't work out too well for him. He was a big supporter of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the fact that these wars both turned into huge disasters doesn't seem to bother him at all. He still insists that the surge worked. Maybe he's senile or stubborn, or maybe he sees waging war as revenge for his mistreatment as a POW in Vietnam. But he can't admit that the surge did not work. All that it did was put a lid on the violence that is now rampant in Iraq. He still believes that pulling out of Afghanistan is a mistake. And he's constantly pressing President Obama to increase our involvement in Syria. Now, he hasn't called for boots on the ground yet, but he does want us to be more involved in arming the rebels, and he chafes at Obama's cautious approach. It doesn't seem to bother him that we can't really be sure of who's who over there, who the good guys are, who the bad guys are. It doesn't seem to have occurred to him that we could wind up creating the next Osama bin Laden. So last week he went over to Syria to show his support for the rebels and to put pressure on the Obama administration. And he posed for pictures with them, as if to say, see, these are the good guys. Well, it turns out that one of the people in the picture with McCain has been identified as part of an Al-Qaeda group that kidnapped some religious pilgrims about a year ago. So, John, let me talk to you a minute. You're a U.S. Senator. You don't create foreign policy yourself. You don't create your own foreign policy, and you're supposed to show good judgment. Obviously, something that you lacked in your visit to Syria. How are we supposed to tell the good guys from the bad guys over there? Obviously, you couldn't. What are we going to do? Have them fill out forms? And when your next election comes up for your seat in the Senate, how are you going to respond when your opponent produces ads featuring a picture of you palling around with terrorists? Thanks for listening.